There's a big debate that's been on the right, and it's become more emphasized in recent years, and it's actually a very old debate between the classical understanding of freedom and the more modern understanding of freedom. And the way that it's usually summarized is by Lord Acton, who says that freedom is not the ability to do what we wish, but the right to do what we ought. And I certainly subscribe to that view of things. But what that means is exactly what Jeremy was just saying, which is that the ways in which our freedoms have been restricted in recent years, by Joe Biden certainly, and by many liberals, is that he denied us the right to do what we ought to do. He said, if you go to your church, you're going to be spied on by the FBI. He said that if you run a Catholic hospital, we're going to sue you, even if you're nuns. He said if you go pray peacefully in front of a Planned Parenthood abortion mill, we're going to throw you in prison. He was denying you the right to do what you ought to do. You see this in the attacks on marriage, the attacks on education, the attacks on children. We could be here all night listing these attacks on what we have a right to do. Now we have the right to do those things. President Trump has passed a number of executive orders that have really taken the government out of the business of oppressing Christians and families and kids and all the like. But that means that now we have to go to church. That means we have to form our families. That means we have to educate our kids. You know, now we do have the right to do those things. We do have our freedom back, but that freedom doesn't mean anything. It's kind of like with free speech. Free speech doesn't mean anything if you don't have anything to say. So you have to live out those substantive goods in your life.